Welcome to Track is Our Field. This is Don Pierce along with Carl Koontz. Welcome back. We kind of took a summer break. We're glad to be back, and we're excited to bring some cross-country action, talk a little bit about track and field as well. Carl, let's go with track and field since that's what our podcast is called. The World Championship's going on right now, man. Hey, world record.
Yep, it's great. My wife's having to endure me sitting there watching that, and earlier today, we saw another world record. Mondo Duplantis, surprise, went 6 meters 30, which is 20 feet 8 inches for you English folks. 14th time he set the world record. It was awesome, and probably the best pole vault competition of all time as far as the top 4 guys going 595 or better.
Oh, it's incredible, and again. Duplantis, he just gets it a little at a time. He's broken the world record of just about every meet all summer. But again, he's getting paid for that.
Yep.
Every time he breaks it, people are like we've talked about before, get upset. Well, why don't he go on any higher? Well, because it's probably $30,000 or $40,000 he's making for that world record.
I think
let's
it's
wait
even more.
till the track meet and make another $40,000.
Absolutely, he's following over Sergei Bubka, but I want everybody to know he represents Sweden. But he's born and raised in Lafayette, Louisiana. That's where his dad's from, but his dad was a world-class pole vaulter as well, and his mom is Sweden. So he's got dual membership, but he's gone where the money is in Sweden because they pay the track athletes better than they do in the United States.
And that's, and that's sad that that we don't take care, we take care of football, basketball, baseball, and all that, pay millions of dollars, and it's Nike and Puma. And those shoe companies are probably the main sponsors of these athletes, wearing their gear and so forth. That's where they make their money. Some of them make their money by, we'll pay you $10,000 to come to our run at our meet, or whatever, which I'm not laughing. I'll take $10,000, let me show up somewhere. But, we don't take care of our athletes in track and field like we should.
It's kind of ironic. The United States is better than any other country in the world in track and field. Many of them come to the United States to train, but yet it's not appreciated in America as well as it is in Europe.
Yeah,
they're not battling football over there.
Well, you look at the video in Tokyo; it's full stadium.
Yeah, over 50,000 people for the prelim days.
Yeah, we had the World Championships in Eugene last year, and the stands were partially full compared to when you do it in Europe and those places. It's packed house. It's an exciting thing.
Yeah.
We can sit here and gripe about it, but it's not going to change until we get it out there in front. I know there's one athlete that I love, lady long jumper, that trained at the University of Arkansas for a little bit. Now she's at Kansas State with her husband training, that won the women's long jump. And Carl, her name is?
Tara Davis Woodhall. She's married to Hunter Woodhall, who is a Paralympic gold medalist, lost both of his legs when he was a child. Yes. He was a Shriners kid. Have you ever seen the advertisement on Shriners boys? Yes. He was one of those when he was like 16, and he talks about how he enabled me to be able to run.
Yes. And the energy she brings to a track meet is incredible. She gets the fans involved. She'll come out there with a cowboy hat with boots on.
Because she's originally from Texas.
Right. And she brings that energy. And then she backs it up, gold medalist in Paris, and then now gold medalist in the World Championships in Tokyo. She brings excitement to the sport. And as we've talked about earlier in other days, she doesn't go out there and pick at another jumper.
Right. She's not arrogant. She's very sportsmanlike. She's hugging their neck.
Right.
Yeah.
Taunting them and all that. She's there to compete and win and pat the others on the back, and I like that. And I think that's why the crowd gets so behind her. And her husband's the same way. He's a very I've watched him over the years when he was at the U of A, and I got to see him up at Kansas State when I worked up there. The crowd, he goes out and signs autographs. Kids are running up to him. He doesn't shove them, hey, I got to go warm down. He takes the time.
Right.
And people notice that.
He was the first Paralympic type athlete to get a full track scholarship in the United States and at the University of Arkansas. And he was All-American not Paralympic All-American. He's a regular runner All-American there.
Yep, and like I said, and a gold medalist in the Paris Olympics.
Yeah, so they're quite a couple.
I was going to say, they're just neat, as me and you would say, kids.
They're kids to us, yeah.
At our age.
It's fun watching those two interact and congratulating each other on their performances.
We would like to thank our sponsors. Carl, give us your first sponsor for this year.
Well, you got my friend Steve Qualls at Design Lab. His website is designlablra.com. He could take care of all your needs for apparel and many other things. If you, coaches, particularly if you want to get uniform or apparel for your parents and your kids, he could work up a deal for you, even make a fundraiser for you possibly. Check with him at designlablra.com. See what he can do for you.
And the again, great materials. It's not cheap stuff. It's good quality materials, and we've used them. You've used them at Lake Hampton over the years, and I've used them, and we want to thank him for his sponsorship.
He's a good sponsor. He'll fix you up with whatever you want.
Tommy Howard, our other with Edward Jones. Tommy's in Little Rock, Arkansas. Financial advisor, does a great job. His phone number is 501-224-7699. Tommy is a sponsor of the Track and Field Hall of Fame. Tommy is an old track coach, and he was at Pine
good
Bluff,
friend of the track.
And he was an Arkansas State guy up there with our old coach up there.
With Guy Cottrell.
With Earl Bell and all.
He's about the age of Earl Bell, yeah.
Yeah, so he's very, very involved, and we appreciate him, and also the Arkansas Track Coaches Association for their help. They're the ones that bought us our podcast equipment so we could get out and travel and do some things that way. We thank them, and we hope that we can get a few more sponsors involved.
Their website is artrackcoaches.com.
Yes.
If you get that, just type in search engine for Arkansas Track Coaches Association.
I'd like to just bring up right now, too, Arkansas Track and Field Hall of Fame. I know you're the membership driver for that.
Yes.
Getting people involved. We would love, if you would like to get someone nominated, we'd love for you to join the Track and Field Hall of Fame. That way you have that, and I'll let you talk about that, Carl, to be a part of it and to have a vote and to be able to nominate somebody. There may be somebody that was at your school back in the day that we don't know about, that people have forgotten about, that you can nominate them and bring it. So, Carl, how can they do that?
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned this. You can join our website at atfhof.org. That stands for Arkansas Track and Field Hall of Fame. Just leaving out the "and." That's the initials, atfhof.org. You can join. What does it do for you? Well, by October 15th, you need to join in order to be able to nominate someone. So to nominate, join by October 15th. You got to nominate by November 15th. You can still join in order to vote. As long as you join by midnight, December 31st, you'll be able to vote, and about the first week of January, ballots will be sent out. So once again, if you want to nominate, join by October 15th, nominate by November 15th, join by December 31st, and you'll get to vote. And you get to have a say on who gets nominated and who gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. And even more importantly, you get to support a great organization that honors track and field greats in Arkansas. That would be as an athlete, coach, meritorious service. And Don, talk about the high school kids we honor at that banquet each year.
Well, we bring in our kids that had a great year, top 10 kids, as far as how they did it, the academic end of it as well. We recognize kids with ACT scores that are involved in track and field, and that always blows my mind, all the 30s and 32s and that ACT scores. But we honor them. They get to see what set the ground for them, and then those the recipients of the Hall of Fame inductees, they get to see what's coming.
Yes.
And it's just a neat, and afterwards, I love to watch at the end of the night where those kids go up to those people. I want your autograph.
Yeah.
And those inductees are saying, man, you're awesome. And it's a fun night. And just quickly, I'm going to throw out some names that you made that have been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Earl Bell, one time a world record holder in the pole vault. Guy Cottrell that coached it. Bobby Richardson down in Crossett, Arkansas. Some people. Clyde Scott.
Yep.
He was in the Olympic Games.
Clyde Hart.
John McDonald, Thomas Hill, Carl Stewart got in as an official. He was there for years. Al Joyner, a little bit of Olympics there under him.
Yeah.
Mike Connolly, world record holder. Just going through there. Joe Falcon, Razorback. Just looking through here real quick. But you've got those people that have done it, and you could have an opportunity to put that person that you know that may be deserving and have a chance to vote.
Right.
And be a part of that. So much for that, pushing for that, but I think you're missing a great opportunity if you don't join, and that way you can have a say in this. Well, Carl, cross-country season started out with a bang weather-wise. At Ouachita Baptist University, baby, you couldn't have asked for a better day. A little bit of rain, a little bit of mist, 60, 61 degrees. Course was a little soft in spots. But, man, what a great day to run. Tell us a little. You were there at the start of that. Give us a little bit of what went on that day.
Yeah, the college division went first. It was a little bit of drizzling rain, but those athletes, I can't tell you how much they appreciated it. I remember talking with them at the starting line. This is great weather. A little bit soggy, but as far as what it usually is, 95 degrees and sunny, instead it's like, 70 and cloudy and drizzly. But it was wonderful. The college division, the OBU, Ouachita Baptist University, ran away with the men's division, and they won the women's division also, beating Arkansas Tech. The Ouachita has done great things in the last 7 years, starting from almost nothing to that, and plus they got a brand new track right out in the same general area. Great college division. High school, the boys division, individually, Hudson Harper of Lakeside was your winner at 1559. Team-wise, there was a bunch of teams there. Team scores, you had Cabot was your winner with 67, Catholic was second, then Lakeside, Bryant, Conway, Lake Hamilton, Providence Classical out of Louisiana, Valonia, Arkadelphia, Jezebel, DeQueen, Benton, Magnolia, Nashville, Hope, Genoa Central, Arkansas Christian Academy, Pleasant Grove out of Texas, and Hall. 19 full teams plus about 10 more partial teams. Bunch of kids participating. In the girls division, you had your individual winner was Emma Fowkes. She was a freshman sensation at Valonia last year. Sophomore ran 18, 25, 73. Good meet there. The meet was won by Cabot with 52, Mount St. Mary's 78. Then you had Valonia, Lake Hamilton, Bryant, Conway, Pleasant Grove, Benton, Arkadelphia, DeQueen, Hope, Providence Classical out of Louisiana, Nashville, and about 15 teams had partial teams, including Lakeside. Didn't have quite a full team that day. So that was a good way to get it started. Sure was.
And just going on and following that with OBU, just sharing with that a little bit, they raced at Texas A&M this weekend, did they not?
That's right.
They went down there. I know there was a Lake Hamilton girl. That's the reason I saw that.
Yeah.
Miss Inman.
Yeah, Laney Inman. I had that video on Facebook. I don't have the all results right offhand. I remember reading them. I saw them at one point,
but again, though, I guess my point is this: is you can go to Ouachita Baptist University and you can go run at an SEC facility and get to compete against Division I schools. It's not, well, we're just going to OBU and SAU or Harding. You're getting to travel.
Absolutely.
And Coach Guyman and those guys do a great job at Ouachita and put on a great cross-country meet and started track last year there. And across the street now, your old alma mater, Henderson State University. Did they hire somebody?
They did. July 14th was his first day. We've had some visits already. Brett Charlton came here as a head coach at Lady of the Lakes College in San Antonio, Texas. He's originally from Illinois. I'm impressed with him. He's a young guy. He's already beaten the bushes recruiting. They're going to build him a new track. Hopefully this time next year they'll have a track where that old 10-lane track we had before that hosted national meets. Their intention, all the leadership at Henderson with Trey Berry, I'm impressed with them. They want to bring things back and be strong.
Well, and Trey did that at SAU when he was president
yes, he did.
High school.
Yep.
He brought it back, new track, 150 kids in track and field down there, whatever, boys and girls combined. Brought those kids and got excitement going on and hosted Dan Veach relays down there, and they've hosted the GAC conference down there. Yep. I'm excited about that for Henderson. I mean,
me too.
Get it back going. It'll take a few years and hope be able to hold the GAC championship at Henderson and get it back like it was when you and I went, when SAU had track, Henderson had track.
All the old AIC.
Yeah, you're bringing them all back. Arkansas Tech, hopefully this will inspire them to want to get back. I know they do cross country and a little bit of track, but man, how exciting can that be again? It just
opportunities.
Yes, sir.
Opportunities for our high school kids to go on and further their education while participating in a great sport that they love.
That's right. Well, speaking of Texas, as I went traveled to Texas A&M, the Bentonville, what are they called up there? I don't even know.
They're the Tigers.
Tigers,
Yeah.
West is the.
They're the aren't they Warhawks or War Eagles, something like that.
Anyway, boy, we're good at that.
BJ's gonna give me a hard time if I don't get their mascot right.
Man, Bentonville goes down to South Lake Carroll in Texas
And wins the thing. Beat them on their home turf. South Lake Carroll, one of the best, year after year, one of the best cross country teams in the country. Of course, they're a lot. We think of Bentonville as big, and they are for Arkansas, but South Lake Carroll's a lot bigger than Bentonville. So for them to go down there and beat them, Bentonville is the real deal.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you know, it was like Woodlawn and those people.
The Woodlands?
Woodlands, yeah, not Woodlawn.
I don't recall if they were there or not, but they're another power, of course.
I'm saying that area there, they've got some horses.
Yeah.
They've got the size and they got numbers.
Yeah.
But for Bentonville to walk into their home and beat them, folks in Arkansas, you better get ready to watch out for those guys in 6A cross country, because they're going to definitely right now the team to beat at this point in time.
They lost their two best guys, but they had so many young ones coming up. Their junior high team last year was the best junior high team I have ever seen. So Bentonville is rolling. They're going to be hard to be beaten. And I think they're the favorite in our top class this year.
And you see that up there in that part of the country, and that's great. And in others, but, you talk about numbers and that. I heard Cabot with their junior high and senior high, they're running like 200 kids.
Yeah.
I saw Bryant at Harding the other day. They had 5 buses rolled in at Harding Saturday morning with 150 kids.
Yeah.
It's statewide, and we've talked last year, and Track is Our Field podcast. Track is not dead. Cross country is not dead in Arkansas.
It's better than it's ever been.
And the numbers prove that. Our numbers keep increasing.
If you think it's dead, you need to get out and check it out. It's better. Track and cross country. We had the record-setting amount of participating in the state cross country meet last year as well. And record-setting numbers in track last year. We could go on and on. Go look at the Arkansas Track Coaches Hall of Fame all-time best performances and look and see how many are 25 performances.
Yes, sir. It was incredible. And somebody mentioned the other day to me, too, the women, in the past maybe, but right now, maybe the women's top 10 women may be best that it's ever been in Arkansas as far as distance runners right now.
Absolutely.
Like you're saying.
Yeah.
If you look at the records from last year and what's back this year and what's coming, that women's distance right now in Arkansas is incredible.
I believe 5 of the top 10 performances ever were done last year in the girls' 3,200 meter run. And of course, who's the favorite there in the women's? Probably Rogers and Bentonville duking it out. And I don't want to overlook anybody, but Fayetteville always to be reckoned with. Maybe Bentonville West, all those Northwest for sure. And most of the 6A schools are in the Northwest Arkansas, but Cabot, being a big school, they're good. They're good too. Bryant's always respectable, so they're very competitive. So it's just going to be fun to watch. There's a lot of great kids out there running cross country.
And it mile split, you could go there and see results and look at those things, and it's incredible. And we'll get, as this goes on, getting towards the state cross country meet at Oaklawn Parks or Oaklawn Racetrack and Casino, whatever it's called. The state meet's going to be there November
6th and 7th, and I don't have the actual. There's 3 divisions one day, 3 the next, and I'm sorry I don't have exactly which division goes which. Next podcast we'll have that down for you, but we got a little time yet. November 6th and 7th on the infield of Oaklawn Park. No, they don't run on the racetrack. On the infield. If I do say so myself, it's a great place to run. It's challenging. It's got hills on it. People don't think so, but it does. And it is very spectator friendly. Just a great place to watch it. And real bathrooms, not porta potties. Got a great place for the awards program built in there for us.
It's an ideal place to have it.
I think so.
Is.
I really do.
Our courses over the years that we've gone to, and as coaches we raced at, Oakland is it. I mean, far as a fan, you get to watch. You can get, like you said before, up by the cedar tree.
Yeah.
And sit there and maybe get some binoculars for when it gets off. But you can see, and you can run across back and forth 50 yards, is it, across there?
Yeah.
To see them. You can see your kids 6-7 times come
At
back.
least get in their face. I'd have to stop counting at least 6 or 7 times. And then you can, the start line's not too far from the finish line. Like I say, it's a very good spectator-friendly course.
And the fans, you have been there, and if you've never been, you need to come.
Exactly.
And if you've got a granddaughter running or a grandson, make a sign. There are people wearing signs, people are running around with their school flags. I mean, it's just a really neat atmosphere. And if you can come during when your grandchild or your child's coming, hey, take a day off of work. You dads, y'all gonna take time off to go deer hunting. You can go take time off to watch your child from work to run, and I know you do anyway. But I'm just.
Hey, it doesn't have to be your child. If you're just interested in athletics, if you want to watch a bunch of athletes, give it their all, lay it on the line, come out there and watch that thing. The Lake Hamilton Invitational out there, there's no entry fee there. There is at the state meet, but the Invitational there's not. It's free admittance to come out there and watch some kids give it their all.
Right, at state meet, it's due to awards and that.
AAA hosting
it's
it.
like you go to the football games on Friday night and that. So same thing with that, but it would be well worth your dime to come and watch. Well, we started off at Ouachita Baptist with great weather, and then this past weekend it was hot. I was at Harding University on Friday night for the collegiate race. And when some of those women finished, they were just falling out because it was. I think when I started the gun, I looked at my watch and the temperature was 93 degrees. It started the women's race there. And
Vivian Kipkorar.
Vivian is a freshman at Harding. She came in this summer. I talked with the track coach, not Coach Hood, the assistant track coach, I think the throws coach. And she came in this summer. She's an 800, 1500 runner. And they said, hey, we'd like for you just to train, get involved a little bit with cross country, get you a good base under you, all the things you do. And we'd like for you to get involved in cross country. And she did. And she goes out and wins the thing on her first ever cross country meet.
1833.
To go out and do what she did, it was incredible to watch. So that'll be one you need to keep an eye on as the year, and especially when it gets on to outdoor.
Yeah.
She hits that 800, 1500. They may move her up to the 10K. Or whatever.
She might move up.
But,
even if they don't, it's going to help her 1,500 times.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Speaking of that, I'm jumping all over the place. I love doing this because we're on a podcast. You can do that.
Yeah.
The World Championship, we had someone get DQ'd in the 1500.
Cole Hawker he was boxed in. He couldn't go anyway, so he wormed his way through and impeded a guy. The last I saw, the U.S. had filed an appeal for that. I doubt they win it. I mean, it's already happened. Some of you may have already heard, but it was recorded 5:30 this morning or something, and I was watching it before we came over. And last I heard, they've appealed, but I doubt they win it.
I was going to say.
I'm afraid we've lost him.
But the Olympic gold medalist, and he's trying.
There's too many good ones in one wad.
In that heat. He tried to get through to get out, and had to work his way through and kind of push a little bit. Hey, if you're not rubbing, you're not racing, man. Come on.
He had no way to go. He couldn't go right, couldn't go left, couldn't even drop back.
Right.
No way to go.
It was a pile, yeah.
But just stay where he was, which was not in the top 6 is what he had to get.
Right.
It's a bad situation.
On that end. But at Harding, had to meet hot, came back on Saturday with high school. Harding, this is either year 2 or 3 for them having this meet. Got a great course up there. Gentleman has given them basically his farm there to put a course in, and they've really worked it, and it's a neat course to watch. Again, it's one of those you can watch your kids run. They didn't have a whole lot of schools like OBU did, but OBU's been having cross-country meets there for years.
Yeah.
And years, and Harding's trying to get there as well.
They had 12 men's teams. And Harding won that, and they also won the women's teams. Only about 7 women's teams, but.
And then the young lady from on the high school part from Jonesboro had a really good, outstanding race.
Lauren Thompson. She ran 18:15. So she actually beat the college women.
girls,
Yeah. From Jonesboro. Jonesboro's doing something in cross country. They've stepped it up because they had a boy win too. Team-wise, let's see. Mount St. Mary's won it with 33 points. The Rock Christian Academy, Bryant, Benton, Marion, Conway, Christian, East End were the top 7 in order. Then there was about 8 other schools that had partial teams. The men, the boys, I should say, high school, we call them boys. Harper Huckabee from Jonesboro ran 15:51. A very good time there. Team scores there. Bryant, with all that crew, came up on top with 43. The Rock Christian with 58. Then Jonesboro, then Catholic, Marion, Benton, East End, Conway Christian, Arkansas Christian Academy, and about 4 other partial teams there for that meet. So
it was good. It was good. It was, like I said, it was
seasonably hot.
Yep, kind of early cross country, hot, and again, OBU got lucky with not hot.
Yes, it was great over there.
Just speaking of on down the road, we talked about the high school state being at Oaklawn Park. Well, the NCAA regionals will be at the University of Arkansas on like November the 14th. Somewhere right in there.
Yeah.
They're having the regionals, and you want to come see some folks, you need to go to Fayetteville, Arkansas, and I'll lock that down more, and Carl and I on what day exactly, but I think it's around like November the 14th.
Yeah, the week after the high school state meet.
But you're going to get to see some Oregon Ducks in Utah and those type people rolling in there in that regional, in the East Regional. I don't know exactly where it is, but you're going to see some studs roll in.
So what, they have 2 regionals just like the track?
I believe so.
Okay.
But I may not be 100% right on that. But I think
we'll check that out for next podcast. We got plenty of time to get all squared away on that.
If you're really into it, then the national meet, I think, is in Missouri this year at the University of Missouri.
You don't have to go far for that.
I'll say, if you've never been, I got to work the SEC championships in Ole Miss a couple of years ago, and it's fun. I mean, it's just exciting to see these athletes that are putting it out there and running like crazy. And like I said, you got an opportunity right here in the state of Arkansas to see a regional thing and go see that. Well, Carl, talk to us about what else is coming track and field. I always do that, cross country wise.
Yeah, well, there was a time in Arkansas you were lucky to find a meet on a particular weekend, a long time ago. But now you got your pick. There are 4 meets in the state tomorrow on Tuesday. You got the Lakeside Invitational tomorrow. You've also got one in Danville, Paragould, and Stuttgart. Schools that used to not even run cross country are hosting meets now. Like the Eastern Arkansas, Stuttgart. They just kind of got started last year, I think, on hosting meets anyway. And then Thursday, you got the Clint Perville Bomber Invitational in Mountain Home. You got Siloam Springs meet, and you got a Berryville. And then Saturday, you got Berryville, Fayetteville, and the Rock Classic. So 4 Tuesday, 2 Thursday, and 3 on Saturday. So you got 10 meets this week.
Busy week.
In the state of Arkansas across country. And then the next week on the 23rd, on a Tuesday, you got Lamar, Pocahontas, and DeQueen. So that gets you through next Tuesday. 13 meets to choose from to go around the state and see. And a lot of them are close by here. Lakeside, right here in town. For you folks locally, of course, we're reaching out to everybody in the whole state. So somewhere in the state, you won't have to go very far to see a cross-country meet during this next week.
Well, and that's like you said, Carl, back when you and I were coaching, it was a struggle sometimes to find a meet.
Yeah, like early days. My latter years, you can find plenty.
Right.
Yeah,
but like I said, 13 meets in the next week.
Yeah,
I mean, that's incredible. And again, the reason why, we got kids running.
Yeah,
we got schools that are doing it, and they're trying to find places that they can go and run, and they say, well, hey, we'll put one on.
Yep. We had a record number of finishers in the state meet last year. The numbers in cross country, just like track and field, are going up and up, and the quality is going up and up.
Well, we hope as we start this podcast back this year, and as these meets get to going, we can start talking more about schools, the Mountain Homes, the Bentonvilles, the Rogers, the Jonesboroughs, the Lake Hamiltons, the Lakesides, all these schools. We'll start seeing who's going to start rising to the top and who we can look at in the state, who's going to win it maybe.
Yeah.
but we're still early in the year. We wanted to get going again with this and start bringing this up. You coaches and that are listening, if you've never subscribed, when you get on YouTube, hit the subscribe button so it'll get out there more to other people. We'd love for people to start listening to that. And again, we're hoping to go to work with some school close by to maybe set us up and to make our podcast even better. We're doing the best we can do, and we're going to try to travel some more this year and talk to people, and maybe set up at the state cross-country meet when we get there, or maybe set up at just some local meets and talk to athletes and coaches. But if you have any information, my email is Don Pierce, Pierce, all that's one thing, 1979 at gmail.com. Something you would like for us to talk about, an athlete that we might have missed that you'd like us to look into and we can share about that. That's my email, Don Pierce, 1979 at gmail.com. Would love to hear from you. If you've got some coaches or athletes that are listening, send us something so we know because we don't know everybody. We try to keep up through.
And it's easy to forget people from way back, you know. My email is Karl.Koonce. That's KARL.KOONCE at LHWolves.net. LHWOLVES.net. My old Lake Hamilton email.
But we would love to hear from you. You can give us pointers of what we need to do better. You know, we're old, but we're willing to learn. We're lifetime learners. And this new stuff, podcasting and all that's new to us, but we're going to try to make it better, even better. Again, we're at 31 minutes. We try to keep this around 30 minutes, and that's what we like to do. As you're driving down the road listening or whatever, we don't want to just bore you to death and go for 2 hours, which we could, but we won't. But we thank you for listening to Track is Our Field. Right now, it's cross country is our field. We're going to be talking about that, and then as track season gets closer, we'll start talking about that as well, indoor meets and then outdoor meets.
Going to interview some more college track coaches that we've not gotten to yet around the state. So,
and we may, like I said, Karl and I can travel. We may try to go to some of these schools and maybe talk to some head collegiate coaches and some collegiate athletes, and hopefully maybe be able to get out and go to some high schools and talk to the coaches and athletes live at their schools instead of trying to reach them on telephone.
That'd be great.
But again, we thank you for joining us. We hope you have a great rest of your day, and we look forward to having you listen to us next time we're on. For Don Pierce and Karl Koonce, we want to thank you for joining us on Track is Our Field.